judges to mark their ballots. Is everyone ready for some laughs?
Yes!
I know I certainly am. Ladies and gentlemen, our first contestant, Lenny Dingman, nothing, an egg, nothing, an egg, Lenny Dingman.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Friends, contest master. As you all know, or as most of you may know, I'm also a children's entertainer, as well as a great Toastmaster. All right, that part wasn't a joke. Children's entertainer, clown, magician, juggler, and just like Toastmasters, the clowns have a conference every year. At this conference, I just recently attended last month. It was really nice. I got down there, and upon registering, I realized that there was a performer from Vegas, and he was there, and he was going to teach us how to be funny with ordinary objects. And I said, hey, this is kind of an interesting class. I want to attend it. So I did. I made my way down there. I sat down in the front row, had my little notebook, and he came on out. He comes on, good afternoon, everybody. I am Francois, not Francis. It is Francois. I was like, oh boy, it's one of those guys. We are going to create comedy with everyday items. And we're like, okay, that's what it says. Let's get on with it. When he comes up to me, he goes, I need a volunteer from the audience. Anybody at all. And I knew the routine, so I was like, yeah, sure, me. And he's like, come on up, let's give this guy a big round of applause. And I was like, okay, kid, thank you. And he goes, your name is? And I'm like, my name is Lenny. And he goes, oh, it's a funny name. I'm like, thanks, dude. All right. Way to go. And he's like, Lenny, have we ever met before? And I said, no. And he goes, well, then how do you know it's me? And I'm like, okay, dude, you're using the same jokes I've already killed. Ask anybody in Toastmasters, they'll tell you. And he looks at me again, and he goes, Lenny, please, shake my hand again. And I said, okay. He goes, Lenny. I said, yes. And he goes, are you nervous? And I said, no. And he goes, then why are you shaking? At this point, I'm like, okay, dude, all right. And you got my joke book in your hands or something? He goes, we're gonna do some really improv magic and stuff. So I want you to do as I do. I looked at him and said, okay, I'll do as you do. So he turns his back to the audience. He gets all ready. He reaches in. He gets ready. And he comes around and he goes, nothing! An egg. And just like that, the whole audience just stood there and looked at him really stupid. Looked at him like, what's the big deal, dude? He hands me the egg and he goes, Lenny, it's your turn. And I said, okay. So I turned around and I got ready for it. And I turned around and I said, nothing, an egg. And the same response. There was complete silence. And he's like, Ed, I don't understand. It's funny. And I looked at him, I'm like, not really, dude. And he goes, well, try this again. So he grabs the egg from me again. He turns back around. He's getting all ready. And he goes on up. Nothing! An egg. And I was like, way to go, guy. Once again, you got the whole audience nice and quiet. Way to go. You do know this is a humor class, right? He looks at me. Then you do it, smarty pants. So I said, I shall. Not a problem. I turned around. I got myself all ready, just like he was doing. I turned around. Nothing! Still an egg. He looked at me. He shrugged his hands and goes, I thought you were a funny guy. I told him, yes, but looks aren't everything. He looked at me and smiled at that time. He goes, I'll tell you what, Lenny. We will do it one more time. One more time, and this time everybody will laugh. And I said, everybody's going to laugh this time. And he said, yes, everybody will laugh. I said, okay. So he turns around, he gets all ready. An egg! And he got a few chuckles from the audience. And he looked at me and he's like, what? You think you can do better? I said, I don't know if I can think I can do better, but I can sure try to do better. Can't do much worse. I snatched the egg from him. I turned around. I got my shoulders ready going. Lenny, the yoke's on you!